Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be I want to say 4 looks with the Watch Me Blush palette. This was one of the items that was a gift from my sister. This is by TheRisterrr.com. Yeah, and it's a 10-pan palette. This is the color story, and today we're going to be doing 4 looks. Well, I'm going to be doing 4 looks using this palette. I think the last palette that I used from a crayon case was the matte book, which I'm still going to try to do another video on that, like using all the colors in the palette, like a week of wears or something like that. But today we're using the Watch Me Blush palette. If you want to see how I got the looks featured in my thumbnail, keep watching. Hey guys, so as stated at the beginning of the video, I'm going to be using the Watch Me Blush palette by the crayon case, and we're going to be dipping into those first 4 colors in the palette today. And I'm going to take I guess a medium-sized blending brush, and I'm going into Cobbler, and I'm going to put that in the crease as a transition color, but I'm also going to put it on my lid, so that my lids are not like, I guess, my lid color in a sense. So this is just like a base, because today's look is really simple. Well, the first look is already simple, and sorry if you hear, like, I guess there's some noise in the background, but you know, per usual, whenever I'm doing a voiceover, my cats start moving around and jumping around, making noise. But yes, as you see, I put Cobbler on my lid, and then I'm going to take a smaller blending brush, and I'm going to dip into Tangerine, which is that orange shade, and I'm going to take that and put it in my crease, and then eventually I'm going to put it a little on my lid as well, just to kind of, you know, add a little dimension to my lids. And I see where I didn't blend my concealer in all the way. You know, nothing's perfect in makeup, and being that, you know, everywhere are wearing masks now, you're not going to see that anyway. Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry. I always get a little tired when I'm doing these voiceovers. You know, this just happens. Either, like I said, I'm yawning, or my cats are crunching away on food, or playing in the background. So it's always some extra little background noise. Like I said, I try to noise cancel out as much as I can, but it doesn't always work. And the next thing I'm taking is my liquid liner. It's the Benefit Roller Liner, and I'm gonna do like a little wing on both eyes before we go on to adding more color. And I'm trying my best to do this without using the tape and, you know, trying to make it straight. Sorry the camera goes out of focus a little bit, because I'm trying to concentrate on making my line crisp. So sorry if you can barely see it. Like, I'm going really slow to try to make it crisp, and then I kind of felt like the liner was going a little, I don't know, dry on me. But I usually hold my lid a little bit with my other hand, so that it's easier for me to make it crisp. But as you see, my other hand is holding the mirror, so that's why it was a little harder for me to do the line this time. But I did pretty good, so I'm happy with it. And now I'm going on the other side and trying to make them even. It's always a struggle sometimes to make both sides match. And eventually, I mean, I kind of messed up the other side, so I'm going to have to go clean it up. And in the next clip, you're going to see me with a cleaned up liner. Now we're back. liner cleaned up, as you can see. So now we're going to take a angled brush and we're going to dip into what is that, Outsider, which is the blue shade, and I think it's Outsider. Yes, Outsider. And we're going to go over top of the liner, just towards like the middle of my top lash line. I'm sorry, I covered my face up with the palette. I was trying to make sure that I got it super crisp on top of the liner, because you know, the time that I took to make the liner super crisp, I got to make sure that the color on top of the liner is crisp as well. I'm going to come back into frame in a minute. You're going to see it. As you see, I just wanted to make sure that it was a perfectly straight line. And as you see, I kind of went towards the middle of my lid, leaving the inner corners, the inner part of it bare, because we're going to add another color on top of that. So now I'm going on the other side and doing the same thing. And I made sure I left myself in frame so that you can see what I did. I'm just adding a bit more on this side because it wasn't as potent as the other side. So I just wanted to add a little more so that they match. I'm just wiping the excess color off on the back of my hand. And then I'm going to go into the other shade, the remaining color, in Strawberry Cream, which is like a, I guess you can kind of say it's kind of like an orangey pink shade. And I'm going to take that and go in the inner corner, like the inner half of my lid. And then I'm also going to take it under the wing liner, under the wing, like just on the outer corner. You're going to see in a second, like just under the outer corner, the outer part of my wing, just under there. So just to like a pop of color on the under part, like not exactly my whole lower lash line, but just under the liner. I'm trying to get it to focus so that you can see it, but it's like a very light shade. I guess if I had put eyeshadow primer underneath my lid, underneath my lash line, you probably would see it better. But yeah, so I focused the camera so that you can see it better. So now you can see where the color is going, like so in the inner corner on my top lash line, and then just under the black, the wing liner on the outer corner. I mean, I guess I could have just put the blue on top of the black liner just so it has something to stick to be honest with you, because it's kind of covering it in that aspect. But it's just like just a little bit of a simple colors, like a black liner with 2 pops of color pretty much on the lower lash line, and then a little bit on the outer part of the lower lash line. I think I just said the same thing. Okay, 2 pops of color on the upper lash line, and then on the outer corner of the lower lash line. That sounds better. So that's pretty much the look for the colors. So we've used all 4 colors. You can barely see them, but you can kind of see them on my lids. So I'm just wiping the excess off and trying to put you back in focus so that we can finish the look off with some mascara. And I'm using the Lash Sport mascara by The Body Shop. It's just been my go-to mascara lately. I'm just wiping off the excess right now because you know how mascara gets little, you know, clumpy when you're trying to put it on your lid. And as you see, I almost covered up my eye as I was trying to do it, because I'm trying to be careful, because as you've seen in my last makeup video, whenever I get like doing mascara, my eyes will try to get super blinky, and I'll end up almost touching my eye or touching my eye with the mascara wand. So I try to take my time doing it, and I succeeded that time in not messing it up. Okay, for the second look, we're going into these 4 shades here, And we're going into Tangerine first, which is that orange shade from the first look. And we're going to put that all over the lid. And the next shade we're dipping into is Cranberry, which is, as you see, a bright red shade. And I'm going on that with like a large blending brush, and I'm gonna gently tap it into the outer corner, and then I'm gonna work it into my crease ever so carefully since it's such a bright shade. Then I'm going into Old Banana with a flat shader brush. This is like a beautiful yellow shimmer or glitter, if you want to say. It's a shimmer. And I'm gonna pat that on the inner to the middle of my lid. I probably should have used my fingers so that it wouldn't have so much fallout, but you know, it doesn't really matter. Some makeup remover and a cotton round to clean up under my lower lash line from the fallout. And now I'm going into Strawberry again, you know, from the first one. And I'm going to put that on my lower lash line. And I apply some concealer off camera so that the darkness under there is hidden. But so that we can have some contrast in the orangey / red shades. So since this one's more on the pink side, I just wanted to put that on my lower lash line because it's enough shimmer going on the lid right now. And as you see, like some of the yellow shimmer got in my inner corner from when I put it on my lid. So I'm just gonna eventually, I'm adding some more of that to make it a little bit brighter, to link the shades together. And then I'm going to just take a small blending brush and just connect that red to the pink on the lower lash line. And then we're topping it off with some mascara. And this second look is Finito. The first color we're going to dip into is Cranberry, and we're going to put that on the outer corner and into the crease. Now you'll see that this look kind of looks sort of similar to the first one, but the red is a bit deeper and the shimmery shade is different. So I'm going to blend that out. Then we're going into Berries, which is a deep purple shade. And we're just going to put that on the outer corner to help deepen up where we put the first shade, which was Cranberry. Sorry, it gets a little dark. I think it's from the auto white balance that I put on the camera so that it doesn't, the light doesn't, it doesn't make me look dark. But of course, when I put like a bright colored thing up in front of the camera, it changes it. It makes it focus on that. So I'm sorry about that, guys. Deepen that up a little bit to make it match the other eye. And I'm taking Cranberry again and just going over top of where we put Berries to blend the red out a little bit more. Again, you see what happens when I put the green, my mirror up. So I'm just blending some of that Cranberry above where I put Berries. And then I'm using a small blending brush to kind of blend it out. And now I'm going in with that same blending brush, and I'm using another shade out of the palette. I think it's Cobbler, to kind of fade it a little bit because I think I blended the Cranberry up a little bit too far. So I just want to use that to kind of fade it out a little bit. And now I'm going in with, what shade is that? I want to say it's Cappuccino. And I am putting that on the inner corner. So as you see, it's not as yellow as the first shade we used on the last look, which was Old Banana. It's more like of a orangey type of color. Now we are going in with Old Banana, but we're taking that on the lower lash line. So sorry, it's a little unfocused, but I'm putting that in the inner tear duct, and then I'm going to drag it along my lower lash line so that it's just a little bit of light underneath there. I was, wasn't sure what to do with this shade, but I know I had to use it. I didn't want to put it on my brow bone since it had already like kind of got the red to look how I wanted it to. So now we're done after we put on our mascara. Alright, you see, from using red the past 2 days, my eyelids are kind of stained as is underneath my eye, but I'm not even going to worry about that. We're going to press on. Alright, so the first color we're going in with is Hot Cocoa. So we're using the last 4 in the palette, and this is like a brown. Well, not like a brown, it is a brown. So we're going to go start dabbing that lightly into the crease, and then we're going to blend it in. As you see, that brush that I was using for the red is kind of stained too, just like my lids a little bit. I used a brush cleaner to get it off, but it's still kind of there. It's probably still going to be there until I like deep clean my brushes. So now with a small blending brush, I'm going in with Berries, and then that's the plum color, and we're going to focus that on the outer crease and blend that into where we put the Hot Cocoa to deepen it up. So this look is more of like a plummy orange look. So I'm just going to blend that. Then we're going in with Sweet Tea, which is I want to say like a bronzy shimmer, and we're going to take that on the inner corner, the inner part of my lid, and I'm just going to dab that in. Again, I probably should have used my finger so that it's not so much fallout, but honestly, fallout doesn't really bother me because you can just clean it up anyway. So we're just going to blend that, and then we're going to go in with our last shade. So this is an angled shader brush. I'm going to go into Cappuccino. I think it's Cappuccino. Yeah, Cappuccino. And we're going to put that on the brow bone. I probably put way too much on the brush that I'm going to use, so that's why I had to tap off the excess. So I'm going to start putting that on my brow bone. I'm going to start with this brush, but then I'm going to go in with a pencil brush to kind of blend it out a bit so that it's not like a harsh line where it starts, just to kind of blend it into the crease color, which is the combination of Hot Cocoa and Berries, just to kind of blend that in there. So it's like I'll add a little bit with the angled shader brush and then blend it out with that pencil brush. I probably could have used that small blending brush, but I feel like the pencil brush was like the right size for this area. And now we are finito again with this look after putting on the mascara. You guessed it, I'm going to touch my eye with the wand. It's gonna be so like unexpected, but you see I got it a little bit there, and then I really got it right there. But other than that, the look is done. I'm just gonna go in and clean up underneath. Those are the looks, guys. I hope you liked the video. Sorry, I think I'm out of focus. Okay. Oh, still out of focus. Okay. Oh,
It's still not focused. Okay. So yeah. Oh god. I'm not even gonna worry about it. It's not in focus. Whatever. Okay. I think that's okay. Alright, so yes, this is the video, guys. I really liked doing these looks. Again, this was the Watch Me Blush palette by the Crayon Case. It was a really nice color story. Like I said, this look here that I'm wearing on, you know, the one that I did for the last look, looks really fall inspired because it's orange and browns and plums. So it really looks, I like it. I'm probably gonna wear this again in the future. You're gonna see this. Yeah, so I'm gonna be trying to do more videos like these, which is like, you know, 4 or 5 different looks using one palette. Like I said, it just makes you think about a look, you know, where are you doing it. And this little indent, that doesn't come in it. I was looking at the palette when I was, you know, when I first unboxed it, and I almost dropped it and my nail dug into it, so that's why it has a little indent in the color. No, it doesn't come like that. That was me almost being clumsy, almost dropping it, and I got the little indent because I was really trying to grab it. I didn't want it to fall on the floor. So if you like videos like this, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Stay tuned for another video. There's going to be a gaming video this Friday. I'm finally getting back on track with uploading my videos on Wednesday. I had just been, you know, I guess in a bit of a rut with trying to decide what videos I wanted to make. But I'm back now with the IRL videos. So I will see you all soon in the next one. Bye. Love with me. Little sweet